is making his dream come true to become a professional fighter.
You got some good size on him, Mansour. Good size. And whoo, did you hear the crowd? That's why I was like, is this the main event?
I mean, look, he told me they're going to show out for me.
My goodness. Shoot.
You know, he told me his family, his mom and dad really didn't want him to box, but they relented once they saw his dedication and his achievements in the game and said, okay, we'll support you. Now they're his biggest fans. And you see how the community has shown up for Johnny Magic Mansour.
Mansour is a tall, long fighter, but he likes to come forward. He likes to get aggressive. You see right now, Dudo still hasn't countered yet, but he's being patient, staying composed, staying relaxed. You can tell he has some experience.
Yeah, Dudo in his 9th professional fight. And I mentioned the fact that he's deaf. When he's outside the ring, he wears a hearing aid. But inside the ring, he is completely deaf.
Mansour just threw a combination at the air, man. Did you just see that?
The shadow boxing.
Yeah, he didn't hit with anything. I thought that's a nice jab. But you can see how impatient he is. This is pro debut, of course. And he's fighting in front of his hometown crowd. Ooh.
Oh, nice counter right there from Mansour as Dudo was looking to land a shot of his own.
Dudo landed his as well. Clipped him in between. Some of those shots from Mansour are wide. They're wide punches. Got to be careful with that. Got to learn how to tighten those up. It's his debut. However, in the future, got to continue to get better over and over and over again. Practicing the basics. Tighten up those punches a bit. But I do like his aggressiveness. And he's keeping his distance pretty well.
A lot of adrenaline pumping through Mansour. You hear the crowd here. Anything he does, Tim, it's going to elicit a response from the crowd, even if it's not really that effective as of yet.
Of course. I'm looking at his feet. Got to work on his footwork a little bit as well. Crossing his feet as he's moving right, moving his left foot first. You know, these are little things, man. I'm like, I talk to guys on TV, and when they watching different shows and things, they're talking to me about all the bad things that are going on. And when I watch boxing, all I see is the bad in a fighter or the flaws in the fighter. Navarrete, to run for his money, was Olympic gold medalist. Conceição.
Robson Conceição, his last opponent. Prior to that, it was two-time Mexican Olympian Aldez. Navarrete in there for the 3rd consecutive time against an Olympian.
Yes.
With an opportunity to make history for Mexico and become a 4-division champion. You see the inflammation just on the right side of the face of Anel Dudo.
Mansour got some speed on him. No, got to work on speed, and he doesn't shy away from the action. He likes to dictate the pace. He likes to be first. Nice body shot right there. Good way to find that.
Mansour told me that the way he lives by, he says, I had to overcome so much as an amateur. You have to beat number 1 to become number 1. He was number 1 at 132, but throughout his career, he gets in the same bracket as a top seed, whether it be Shushu, Carrington, Mark Castro, Rasheem Jefferson. They're all pros now, but he hopes to continue in their undefeated path. A lot of flash, but the substance is still yet to be developed here early on from Johnny Mansour.
Yeah, you know, when he attacks, one, footwork, balance is a little bit off, and then also no weight behind his punches, a lot of arm punches. So that's a technical thing. He can work on that.
Nice left hook there, but he was lunging in.
But coming from the amateurs, you expect this, man, and this got to be trained over and over and over again. I remember coming into the pros, it was like 6 months of working on the basics, You know, Joel Diaz had me change because I had that amateur style. He said, nope, you're not going into a pro fight with the amateur style. We got to fight like a pro. You need to sit down on your jab and sit down on your punches. I would love to see Dudo do a little bit more. I mean, right now he has opportunities after Mansour lets his combinations fly. He does have opportunities to be able to land counters, but he's choosing not to.
Yeah, switching southpaw now.
Yeah, but for what?
Yeah, I mean,
for
you gotta let him go.
The last two opponents have been gunshot.
Johnny Mansour making the San Diego Johnny Santillán clear the path for a young man like Johnny Mansour to also dream of becoming a world champion for San Diego, California. Here is Mansour, the former #1 ranked amateur at 132 pounds for Team USA in his pro debut against Anel Dudo. Short left hook and now a right uppercut from Mansour, who's maybe starting to find his rhythm a little bit better and kind of get into his game.
Yeah, because Dudo now is trying to get aggressive. He's trying to close that distance on Mansour. Mansour has a good job of keeping his distance. That's one thing that he does extremely well. Knows how to keep his range. He can fight coming forward and still keep his range at the same time. And then you see him get out right there using his legs to escape. So he got good instincts and good reflexes as well. It's another positive thing that I see from Mansour. But Dudo, again, having a hard time getting past that reach of Mansour. And those punches are blazing. They're quick.
Yeah, they are quick. The fans love it when he just shoe shines a little bit. Ooh, nice right there.
Right. And he set that up.
Punctuated by a 3-punch combination.
Yeah, there's a difference. There's a huge difference between being fast and quick. Amir Khan was fast. My gosh, that dude was fast. You know, being quick is being quick to the point, to the target.
Look at
your reactions are quick. You see how
Dudo
he
was
stepped?
not quick to the target.
But did you see how he stepped right real quick, caught a little angle. Dudo wasn't set. Bing, bing. 1-2 right down the middle.
Really wide with those shots, though, Mansour.
He'll develop it. You know, if he has the right coaches, you know, that's extremely important. People don't realize that. If you're going turning pro with your amateur coach, you'll need some professional help. If they ain't trained anybody that we know, you're going to need some professional help. I'm not saying that it's not possible. We've seen it. We have the exceptions, but it's more important for you to have that professional coach or trainer to get you to the top.
Once quit Coach Berlin Kearney's gym at age 10 because he felt he was dedicating too much time to his cousin, Julius. And then his coach said, look, don't get mad to the parents, because they were like, we don't like him to quit. And they're like, no, imagine this young man at 10 years old was making a decision on his career. You got to respect him. Eventually he came back, but he's like, I had to respect the little man.
That's pretty cool.
Number 4.
And but although there's no shade being thrown on Mansour's trainers at all. There's no shade. No, I'm just giving my honest opinion, you know, about the situation. My father trained me, you know, in the amateurs as well. I've had other amateur coaches, but when I decided to turn professionally, I seek the professional trainer, and that was Joel Diaz. So that helped me. You know, and my father could have done it, but I don't think my father knew how, and he was smart enough to know that we needed help.
Well, we're going to see that in our co-main event. We mentioned Giovanni Santillán. His father, Memo Santillán, put his ego aside about 7 fights ago and asked Robert Garcia to train his son, because he says, not only did I take my son to get great sparring, at RGDA. I saw how he works, and that's what I wanted for my son.
But you see the transformation in him
Yes.
from doing that, right? The great sparring, the knowledge that Robert Garcia brings into the ring as well. I mean, that's important.
See a little bit of showmanship here from Magic Johnny Mansour.
Yeah, he depends heavy on reflexes. You know, fights with his hands down a bit. He likes to have a good time. He's a showboater, good mover, good legs. Again, got to work on sitting down on the shots.
Yeah, he's a big fan of Vasily Lomachenko. Now he uses footwork to create angles. He's doing it there, but Loma showed he also sits on his punches like he did against Kambosos last weekend.
And look, he's going to have to learn how to keep that distance and keep that distance extremely well, because if he doesn't have a punch, man, a lot of guys are not going to be afraid to just step to him and weather all of that and come back with offense.
Absolutely.
You have Dudo that doesn't know how to cut off the ring well, but as you continue to move forward in your career, you're going to fight guys that know how to cut off that ring.
And slapping short right, sets up a flurry for Mansour.
So good legs, good angles, way to get himself out of the corner. Good hand speed again. Decent timing. Look at that uppercut. That's creative. That's real creative right there. I like that. Step back, got a little distance for himself. A nice uppercut. Ooh, nice combination right there.
That right was solid at the end.
Again, a lot of things he got to work on at getting rid of that amateur, pity pat. Start sitting down on his shots a little bit more.
That's a nice overhand right. But you're right, they're arm punches. He's got a lot of developing to do, but
yeah,
there's a lot of time.
But I like his frame. I like his, you know what I mean? I like his form. I like what he's doing. I like his hips. He got caught with that left hook right there.